Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Euro Cooking Canuck. On today's segment of Memories of Malta, I'm going to talk to you guys and show you how to prepare something that's a favorite of mine, capers. Now, or as the Maltese call them, kappar. Now, if you've never heard of capers, you might have seen them in the grocery store in a jar, those little green things. They're kind of salty. You can get them packed in salt, you can get them packed in brine. More about that later. The caper berry actually comes from a bush called the Capparis Spinosa. And this is a very hardy bush that grows all over the Mediterranean. It loves hot, dry weather, so Malta's perfect. These plants are very hardy. They will grow in crevices and grow huge. I've seen them grow out of a hole in the wall and trail down. If they grow on the ground, they'll kind of splay out. Now, a lot of people think that the caper, they call it the caper berry, and again, that's false. You're actually eating the bud, and then it turns into a flower, and then the flower produces the berry. And I'll show you that a little bit later on. The caper flower, when it flowers, is beautiful. Now, I did pick some for you guys earlier when I went out picking, but they're really delicate, and they just didn't last the walk home in the heat. But I did take some photos. I'm going to try and show you on my mobile. They're quite beautiful. They almost look out of this world. They're really delicate. Okay, you can see the green leaves there. The leaves are edible as well, as are the berries, which I'm going to get into in a little bit. So guys, stick with me. I went caper picking, obviously, so I'm going to show you how to pickle or brine your own capers. It's exciting because this is the first time I've done this. I've done a lot of research, and I think I've found the best method, and it's probably the method I would have just done myself anyways. So guys, stick with me. I'm going to show you what my capers look like. All right. Hi guys, welcome back. All right. So in this bowl here, what I have are capers that I picked about 4 days ago. What you want to do when you get them home is put them in a colander and rinse them really good, because ants also love capers. So you want to brush off any ants. Then look for any capers that have a wormhole or an ant hole in there, and just discard them as well. Now, try and pick the small ones, because if you go ahead, I'm showing you, and pick one that's a little bit bigger, it will try and want to blossom. So over the 4 days, I picked out a few that have tried to bloom on me. Now, you change the water every day, as I said, until the capers start getting a dark olive green color, as they are doing here. I hope you can see that. Now, the water will smell a little bit. Now, it doesn't smell like a swamp or something really gross. It just smells kind of ranky, and you will start to smell that whole caper smell as well, and that is exactly what you're looking for, because what it's doing is it's telling you that it's leaching out all the bitterness from the caper blossoms here. So that's what you're looking for. You will also notice that in time they will get like little white spots on them, and that again is perfectly normal and perfectly fine. That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna give this. It's not really smelly. It smells almost like vinegary brine. It smells like capers. So these, like I said, have been 4 days now. I'm going to change the water once more, and I'll show you what I do next. Now, these are the haul that I did today. I rinsed them and put them in my colander. Guys, these are the berries. They're gorgeous. Now, you might go to some tapas bar or a nice wine bar, and these will be pickled and put on a little plate for you as well. They're fully edible as well. And I didn't pick any last time because there weren't as many, but now that a lot of the flowers have bloomed and then turned into this, I picked a lot of berries as well. What I did is I tried to pick capers that were smaller. I steered away from the big ones this time, because I don't want them all to open on me. So, as I said, these are the caper buds. Okay, so this will bud on the branch. Then the flower will bloom, and then after the flower, you get this, the berry. Usually after something flowers, you get the berry or the fruit. All right, so these are going to be put into a bowl of water like the other ones, and they're going to be changed daily for 4 days. And in the meantime, I'll show you what I did with the other ones. All right, hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to show you what I did with my fresh capers, Kappar. What I've done is I put them in the bowl to soak. Again, this is going to go for 4 days with changing the water. Now, the other thing I forgot to mention to you guys is I did mention that doing so leaches out the bitterness, but it's also actually a mustard oil that you're releasing out. There is mustard oil in capers, so you want to get most of that out, and that's why we soak these for 4 days. And I'll check on them. You can leave them out, don't have to refrigerate them, and just every day change water. Simple. Right, what I've gone ahead and done with the ones that we're going to jar now is I've given them another rinse, and I've taken off the long stems. I mean, a few with the little stems, it ain't going to bother you. You can pick them off as you pull them out of the jar, or you can eat them. They're edible. Right, so I have our capers here, and they smell nice, they smell fresh because they're rinsed again, and they smell obviously like capers. So what I've gone ahead and done is I had an extra caper jar that I kept on hand for any reason really. I like to keep jars on hand. I rinsed it out really good. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer these to this jar, which is, I believe, 340 grams. So we'll see. The jar I had was huge, so I thought this jar would be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue adding my capers to this jar, and then I'll show you what I do next. Guys, can you believe this? This jar is perfect for my capers. There's also another thing I wanted to mention. I realize and appreciate that not everyone where you live in the world has a caper bush. What you can do is what they often refer to as poor man's caper, nasturtium. Okay, when the nasturtium flowers, after the petals fall off, they'll leave a little green pod. It almost looks like a bit of a chickpea / caper. They almost look identical once they're pickled. You can use them. They have similar flavor, and you can use the same method. Nasturtiums will grow in northern regions as well if you're in the northern US or Canada, northern Europe. However, they don't bloom obviously until the summer. If you are in southern regions and you don't have capers, you will be lucky enough for the nasturtium to flower year-round, even in the winter, places like California. Right. What I have here, tablespoon of sea salt. This is from Gozo. I'm lucky enough, I live here on the island, so I got really nice sea salt. Tablespoon goes in. You're going to need ½ a cup, that's approximately 120 mils, a little shy of 120 mils of water. Go ahead and put that in. Whoa, I think that's a little bit too much water. Yeah, it's all right. Let's pour a little bit out. All right, so maybe you don't need as much. And then optional is wine vinegar. Some recipes call for the same thing, ½ a cup. Some say you can omit it altogether because the salt and the water will pickle this on their own. But I'm just going to top up my jar with the rest. Okay, with the vinegar. Right. Now, put your lid on. And to make a tight seal, what you're going to do is flip it upside down and leave it like that for a day. Then the next day, flip it this way, and so on and so forth for about 3 days. Taste your capers in between. When they reach the saltiness that you like, pop them in the fridge, and they're done. You can keep this for up to a year. So just make sure that you distribute the salt Give it a good shake here. Right. And you'll notice when you do that, that sometimes you may need to add a little bit more liquid, but this seems to be fine. Right, so there it is, guys, my own pickled capers. Thanks for watching. I hope you try this. Like I said, if you don't have capers where you live, go ahead and try the nasturtium. The leaves are also edible. They have a wonderful horseradishy flavor, as do the leaves for capers. You can pickle them as well if you'd like. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Capers can be used for a wide range. It can be used in hors d'oeuvres. It can be used with fish, certain meats. I like to put them on top of smoked salmon with cream cheese, yummo. We have a dish here, or an appetizer here, called hubs bizet, which is simply bread brushed with olive oil and some tomato paste. And I like to put some salt and pepper and capers on it. Guys, capers are good for you, and they're one of nature's little miracles. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Memories of Malta and Memories of Macedonia. Ciao.